Hello, I'm Monica, a bilingual gallery teacher at the Amon Carter Museum of American Art. Today on Cooped with the Carter, we're going to be talking about The Flute by Francis William Edmonds. Edmonds was a gifted storyteller, and this oil painting is a great example of an imaginative 19th century scene in our collection. Let's take a closer look. Who do we see in the painting? What's going on? We see an older white boy has turned over a wicker basket and leans in, playing the flute for two younger African American boys. Think about the time in which this was made, 1859. Edmonds painted this on the eve of the Civil War. This scene allows us to explore race relations among children. They have been brought together in this peaceful moment by the music of the flute. Close your eyes for a second and imagine you are in this space. What melodies do you hear? I love the idea that music can bring us together. Take a moment to look around your home. Maybe you have an instrument lying around, or perhaps something to make music with. Playing an instrument and sharing music with the loved ones you're cooped up with can be a great way to spend time. Maybe you would even discover a hidden talent.
Hi, I'm Erin Long, a gallery teacher at the Amon Carter Museum of American Art, and today on Cooped Up with the Carter, we're going to be reading a book called The Flute Player by Robin Eversole and reflecting on a work of art by Francis William Edmonds. This is The Flute Player by Robin Eversole. On the 5th floor of an old building, the flute player played her music. On the 4th floor, two old people kept hearing the whistling of a cold wind passing through their room. On the 3rd floor, a woman from the seashore heard the wild crying of gulls calling to her from the sea hundreds of miles away. On the 2nd floor, a boy heard a ghost wailing and moaning in its scary dark ghost lair upstairs. On the 1st floor, where nobody sang and the windows stayed shut against bird songs, a little girl heard nothing but quiet. Too far away for the girl to hear, the flute player played songs of the forest and songs of the sky, songs of the meadows and songs of the sea, all day and all night, until one day, when the flute player blew, and nothing happened. So she blew again. Nothing happened. So she put on her gray overcoat and went to find someone to fix her flute. Downstairs, the little girl was going outside to play. "Hello," she said to the flute player. "What a pretty flute you have." The flute player had never shown her flute to anyone, but she let the little girl hold it. "May I play it?" the little girl asked. "You may try," the flute player said, "but this flute doesn't want to play." "Don't worry, I'll blow hard," said the little girl. She blew into the flute. She blew very hard. Out came a long stream of yellow butterflies. "What's this?" the little girl said. She blew again. Out came a little owl from all the night songs, two fish from the sea songs. Look at that owl and that fish. A nightingale and green leaves from the forest songs. There's our nightingale. And a great bunch of goose feathers from the songs of the autumn sky. "No wonder my flute wouldn't play," said the flute player. "It was all clogged up." The girl handed her the flute, and the flute player blew. Out came a strong wind blowing. The butterflies, the owl, the fish, the nightingale, the leaves, and the feathers every which way. And then out came the music. The wind stopped, and the nightingale fell into the flute player's hand. She gave him to the girl, who smiled when the nightingale sang. "Now you will always have music," the flute player said, and the flute player went upstairs. She saw the owl flying into the second-floor apartment. The owl hooted like a ghost, but it was not. It was a little owl and not scary. The owl stayed with the boy from then on. On the third floor, the fish had fallen into a watering can. When the woman found them, she put them in an aquarium, and now she had her own small sea. The goose feathers were piled in the old people's doorway on the fourth floor. The old woman used them to make a quilt to keep out the chilly wind. From the fifth floor window, the flute player saw the street full of yellow butterflies. And she began to play the songs of the forest, songs of the sky, and songs of the sea, all day and all night. The end. I hope you all have enjoyed this book, The Flute Player by Robin Eversole, and that you have a good time looking at The Flute by Edmonds. Thanks so much and have a great day.